Hello everyone. In this video we will study the diagram which is seen here for the menstrual cycle. So if you have not watched my video on the menstrual cycle description, please do watch out before watching this. So you can see this is a big diagram and you must know how to interpret it. We are starting our study from the bottommost part where days are mentioned, and you can see the days are starting from 0 and ending up at 28 because menstrual cycle it is having an average span of 28 days. Now these are the changes which are happening in the uterus. You can see that in the menses period, means in the menstrual phase, you can see that the layer is shown as broken because this is the time when endometrium it is sloughhed off, it is discharged from the body. Now in the proliferative phase, see how endometrium has grown up because the stratum functionalis was synthesized from the stratum basilis. In secretory phase, see further how this growth has been growing up, and it is maximum in the luteal and the secretory phase because the level of progesterone was high, and progesterone is very much required for endometrial growth. Now we will see how the level of estrogen and progesterone they are moving up and down. In the description I have not discussed about inhibin. If you want to study extra, this is important for need, that inhibin stops the follicular growth. So in the initial days, please like, share and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon for the recent updates. Thank you. The level of estrogen was low. You can see that here the level is low and slowly and gradually it is rising up. So as it is rising up, then it is maximum here in this peak period, and this is the period when actually ovulation happened, because in the proliferative phase somewhere at the end of it estrogen level goes high and then it constantly drops down. We will see for progesterone also, the level of progesterone was a bit high in the ovulation period, but it reached the maximum in the luteal or the secretory phase, and after that when there is no fertilization, of course the level has to drop because there is no use of corpus luteum there. Now we will see what are the changes or the changes that are happening in an ovary, means the ovarian changes. So it is first primary follicle will be formed, then theca will develop in it in the tertiary follicle, which will be divided into theca externa and theca interna. I have described all these terms whenever we were studying oogenesis, right? So please go back to that video and it will help you. Later, cavity is developed which is known as antrum, then Graafian follicle, it ruptures to release the secondary oocyte. Meanwhile, Graafian follicle changes into the corpus luteum. It increases in size because the progesterone level is high. Once no fertilization occurs, then corpus luteum is a structure which will change to corpus albicans. Very important thing, if a lady gets pregnant, means the level of progesterone has to be high in the body, because in that case we would be requiring a constant supply of progesterone. Thus corpus luteum will be there. So whenever any lady is pregnant, menstrual cycle it acts as an indicator. There will be no menstrual cycle throughout the pregnancy. This is very important point, right? No menstrual cycle in the pregnancy. As soon as pregnancy will be done, some ladies they develop the menstrual cycle again. However, to lactation mothers they don't get it. We will discuss about it in detail in chapter number 4, so stay tuned. Now we will talk about the gonadotropic hormones, which are two. One is luteinizing hormone and other is known as the follicle stimulating hormone. The level of both the hormones was low initially, right? Why it was low? Because menstrual cycle it happens only when level of luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone is low in the blood. Over a period of time when follicular phase is there, then level of follicle stimulating hormone, it rises. But see here, the level of LH is more in comparison to follicle stimulating hormone, and this phase where LH is maximum, this phase is known as LH surge, which was a part of follicular phase, proliferative phase, and this induces ovulation to happen. After this, the level of LH and follicle stimulating hormone, it is declining. In the luteal phase, it is somewhat stationary. Then when menstrual phase will happen, follicular phase will again come. These changes will again be noticed, because after one menstrual cycle, the body prepares for another menstrual cycle. Another thing which is very important to note, menstrual cycle accompanies changes in both the ovary and the uterus, which you have seen here. These are the changes in the ovary. These are the changes in the uterus. These are the ovarian hormones which are bringing the changes, and these are the gonadotropic hormones which are bringing in the changes. Hope this was helpful to you. Thank you.